Hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I have started, this is the knitting bag that Emma wants me to do for her. And I've just started on. Now she doesn't just want to have, you have to have a lining in it because it's for knitting. There'll be needles in it as well. Because if you're putting knitting in a bag with crochet, the needles will just go through the holes in the crochet, so it has to have a lining. So I am not going to do like one where I go round in circles because that would be a bit awkward to get a lining into that. So I'm doing it flat, and I've made a diagram. I've wrote out a diagram to more or less what I'm going to do. And as it's going to have a lining, I can do bigger stitches, so it will not take so long to do. But I'm showing you the diagram. This is what I've made. It's just a diagram. I'm going to have it straight across and come in so that when it's folded up, these will be like down the side. There'll be like a panel down each side. That's what this bit is in the middle here, because when I get that far, I'll decrease the stitches so there's less stitches. And I've started off with 53 stitches. One of them's for turning, so they're actually working on 52 stitches. And I'm going to do that. These are this bit down the bottom and at the top there. That's for the handles, but that'll be done on later because I'm not starting with the handles. But I'm going to do it, it's 12 inches up to the middle, and then this middle bit be around about 3.5 inches, and then I'll go back out again and go up to the 12 inches up to the top. That's more or less around about the size of the knitting bag I have, the one I bought. That's why I'm working on the measurements on that, because I've never done anything like this before, and that's just a rough guess what I've done, because I'm not used to working out in inches and things. I have tried to make cardigans and things myself in crochet, and the sizes never worked out right. But it's different with this. It not matter whether it comes out a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller. I'm making it so most needles are 14 inches long. So I'm making it so it measures about 16 inches, because you do get some needles that's a little bit longer. But I do know Emma told me one time that she doesn't like long needles, so those are probably all short needles anyway. So that's what I'm doing for this at the moment, and I've started off, I've got I'm working on the 52 stitches, and I'm starting off with a row of double crochet. Well, I think that's single crochet if you're in the United States. And then I'm going to do a row of treble, so I'm going to alternate it. A double crochet and a treble crochet, or a single crochet and a double crochet if you're in the United States. I think that's how it works. I'm not sure. I'm only used to my own measurements in this country. I've got this heating pad on my knee because I don't have my heating on. I've just realised it's cold. It keeps switching off every hour and a half. You have to keep switching it back on again. That's it. Warm up. I always feel lovely and warm when I have that sitting on my knee, even if the heating's not on. But anyway, I have just come in. I have been for a walk over to the post office because I had finished the little cardigan that I was doing for Dagry, and it's all parcelled up and posted off. And that parcel to the United States, it weighed 1400, just over 1400 grams, which is 1.5 kilo, and it cost, I've got the slip thing here for it. I always put tracking on it because I like to make sure I know what happens to it. It cost £35.60 to post that to the United States. That's what parcels cost. So anyway, that's on its way to Dagry. I'll be sending her a message later on and telling her, they are quite a few hours behind us. I would imagine this time she'll probably just be in work at the moment, I think. So I'll message her later on and tell her that there's a parcel and send her the tracking information so she can keep an eye out for it herself as well. But I made a little video just showing you the little cardigan because I knew I wasn't going to get a video made before. I wanted to get that parcelled up and sent off before I did anything else. So I made a little video to show you the little cardigan that I was making with the peach and the yellow mixture, you know, the way it come out. So I'm going to show you that first and then I'll come back to you. Well, this is how the cardigan that I'm sending to the United States for Daggery's little granddaughter has come out. It's perfect. The sizes, it's 24" and it does measure 26 inches. That's how I do the sizes. I'll add a little bit extra. And up to the sides is 9.5 inches and the sleeve length is 10.5 inches. But I think I am busy doing a PDF on this at the moment. This is the only second size I've knitted on it actually. So I think I'm going to do maybe add 1 or 2 extra stitches for the sleeve because I think the sleeve might be a little bit narrow, this pattern. I thought this pattern came out quite wide, but it's not as wide as I thought it was. So I'm probably going to add about extra 4 stitches here when I do the rib and keep those extra 4 stitches so that it'll make the sleeve a little bit wider. I think it could do with being a little bit wider that side, but I'm still working on it. And I normally do 7 buttons on this size, but I had an awful lot of trouble trying to get the spaces right on the buttons with this being 2x2 rib. It doesn't work out the same as when you're doing the 1x1 rib. So I ended up just putting 6 buttons on, and I think the top 2 buttons is slightly bigger space in between them than the other ones. But I thought the peach buttons were the best ones. I couldn't make my mind up whether to do the deep. I've got some like bright yellow ones, but I thought the peach set it off better because the peach in the cardigan is the deepest colour. So that's just to let everyone see how this little cardigan come out, because it's going to be packed up and sent off, so I won't be able to show you it in the video. So that's how the little cardigan came out. Now I am working out PDFs on that pattern. I've only done, that's only the second size I've done on that pattern. And that's one of the reasons I like to knit them before I actually make out the PDF. I like to knit them and write all the instructions down as I'm knitting them. And with that cardigan, I thought it could have done with the sleeves being just slightly wider. I didn't think they were quite wide. Now they're okay for you know, a child, but I think they might still need add a few extra stitches. So I'm going to put the on the PDF, I'm going to change the number of stitches that I started with for that size and work it out up the sleeve. And that's why I like to do that. Why I won't do a PDF just from writing the instructions down. I could do that myself, but like that one there, I wasn't happy with the way that the sleeves come out. I didn't think they were wide enough, so I like to change things and make sure I have everything right, and that's why it takes me such a long time to write the PDF. But I have other ones I'm doing. I'm working on the larger rosebud size ones as well to do. I've done all the sizes. I've done a 22, a 24, 26 and a 28. They are all out in single patterns. But I'm not putting them up to sell because I'm going to put them all up together into one PDF, so you've got all those multiple sizes in one. I just have to work it out from all the other sizes, from the separate patterns that I have, work it out into one pattern, and I'll make that into the PDF and I'll put that on eBay as well when I get it sorted out. But I had enough working this thing out for this. I'm doing the triple crochet part at the moment, And this is only, that's only 2 rows, that little bit, so it's not going to take very long to do this, because using the 3 strands, I'm using the 3 strands of double knitting, the same as I've done on this little bag here, because I do want it to be quite strong, you know, and I think that the 3 strands, like, that's nice, and I like the way the colours came out on that one as well. So that's what I'm doing with that, but I'm doing a, like I'm saying, I'm doing a double crochet and a triple crochet, or a single crochet and a double crochet, depends which country you're in. It's a bit complicated this, you know. I wish all countries had the same things. Now I've got a cup of tea, I'm going to have a drink. I do this every time I do a video and I've got a cup of tea. It's cold by the time I get around to it. And I will only be doing this, anything I'm doing like this, so I'll probably be knitting some little things as well. I'll probably do some of this in the afternoon for Emma, and in the mornings I'm probably going to do my little cardigans and things again. But of a night time, seeing as I have nothing else to do but these, I'm going to do my own sweater that I started a while ago, and a cardigan that started very long time ago. Once tea time comes, I get my tea and I'm sitting down for the night, that's it, I'm going to be knitting my own. And I have to work out that sweater. I'll show you the sweater that I was doing. This was the back of the sweater, and I told you that I had put too many stitches on, so I casted double the stitches off for to bring this into a fold in the front. I have to work out the front, because it's going to be like a panel down the front now, instead of the seam being on the very side where there normally is. The seam's going to be further in on the front, so I have to work out how many stitches. I had 228 stitches for this. But I don't just take, I cast off 12 stitches on each side instead of 6, but I'm not just taking 6 stitches off, because I'm making into a smaller size as well. So instead of 128 stitches, I would have had about 120 stitches for myself normally, but with this, thinking I was going to do cable when I started it. So how I'm working this one out is, I think I've got it written down in my book here. I'll have to find it where I started off. Good job I write things down. I think I wrote it in one of the sections for past the children's ones. Well, that was a basket stitch one. Oh, it's a plain knit one. And I ended up with, where have I got it now? I haven't wrote everything down in here. I think I've got notes jotted down somewhere, but I think I had about 78 stitches for this piece here for the top. So I'm starting with the top, and I'm going to write down first. I'm going to write the 78 stitches, and then the second dot of decreasing, which I come to from about here, from about there up to there, I think was about 9 times, so I took 18 stitches off there. So I'm going to add 18 stitches onto that 78, and then I cast off 2 stitches on 4 rows, which makes another 8 stitches. So I'm going to cast on another 8, make another 8 stitches to that 78 stitches, 18 stitches and 8 stitches. And then I think I might just add another couple of stitches. I'd probably have about 106 stitches to put into that panel in the middle. That's the way I'm working it. And then with a bit of luck, I'll get it finished and I'll be able to wear it before the summer comes, when I won't be wanting to wear jumpers. But anyway, that's what I'm doing with that one. And I'll be starting that as soon as I've had my tea tonight. As soon as tea time comes, these things are getting put down because I am neglecting myself. Anyway, I'm going to do a little bit more of this and get what I can of this done, and It'll not take so long with it being an 8mm hook and the 3 strands. It goes quite quick actually. When I was doing the little bags, it was very quick to do them. I think they only took about a couple of hours actually when I did the pink one. But when I did this one, I started this one at my granddaughter, so I'm not working as fast down there because I wasn't just knitting for myself. I was having to show my granddaughter how to knit as well, and then putting up with the sarcasm we were both getting off her partner Craig. He was laughing at us because we were sitting knitting. He says, "You know what it is?" He says, "Every time you come here," he says, "now," he says, "it's going to be like she's sitting on the chair clacking knit needles, you're sitting on the settee clacking needles." He says, "and I'll get wrong for opening me mouth." And then the kids, when Cheryl was trying to knit on Sunday when I was there, the other needles she had, those soft plastic ones, the bend. That's why I gave a lot of my needles, because I see so terrible to knit with those. But the kids were running around with them like drumsticks and banging them around the room, and it must be fun in her house when she's trying to do anything. So that's just a little bit for today. So I'll catch up with you another day and let you see how far I get with this and with my own with a bit of luck. So thumbs up and subscribe. I'll catch you all later. So bye for now.